Greetings and beyond the new. Boy, that took a lot out of me. Hello there. I really don't know what to say. Um, I kind of stumped really. I didn't expect the video to get that much views. Um, I'm s- I'm genuinely surprised. Thank you so much for liking the previous work. And now on to the next one. As stated, my name is Lebos, and this is the Danny Phantom Eidolon Redesigns. Who is Taka Foley? I don't know the fact that Taka's name comes from the combination of Chris Taka and Eddie Murphy's Axel Foley character. Taka is Danny's best friend. He is loyal to a fault. He'll do anything for his best friend. However, due to Danny getting powers, he started to develop a certain inferiority complex on the show, where when Taka is given great powers, he tends to go on the deep end and has a power trip. In cases as the Mummy episode and with Desiree. With Desiree being a clear cut one, because Taka actually came up with the name Taka Phantom, which Danny later uses. He calls himself Danny Phantom.
Yo, dude, Tucker Phantom's on the case. Tucker Phantom?
The introduction of Desiree showed that some ghosts have the ability to change characters. I'll have to put that in mind when I'm designing her. But I'm going off a tangent. There's a reason why Taka's called a techno geek. He really, really loves technology. It's not something that I'd fault him on. If this was set in a modern day, Taka would be one of those people that would be using Linux and bragging about it. In making this character and this fictional reboot, I was stuck between sticking it in the early 2000s and using now. I feel like if it comes to now, I see Taka as somebody who likes new technology. He likes the thrill of new tech. If something comes, Taka would sink his teeth into it. With that in mind, we're going to highlight that feature. We are going to focus on those. We're going to make this version of Taka the ultimate techno geek. Sorry, I laugh, but one of the main inspirations for this redesign was a roommate of mine. But this guy, once your machine, like any problem you had, he could fix. He was a very jovial guy. He liked playing a lot of games. But when it came down to it, he was a very serious person when it came to his technology. So I'm going to add that element into this design. When it came to designing his look, I wasn't a fan of the yellow turtleneck. Design wise, because of the style of the show, it made sense to limit a lot of the clothes. Because when the ghosts came, the ghosts were elaborate. The humans had to have simple designs that you could draw very quickly. So, Taka was designed when I still had in mind that it's going to be set in the early 2000s to get that nice nostalgic vibe. So, I saw a picture of Kanye West and a yellow top, and I ran with that. I just changed the colors a little bit and then I had a design. I didn't need to change a lot, just his top. As usual, I allowed my audience, yes, I have an audience, to pick A, B, C, D. You know the drill. And I was leaning towards A. So when my audience picked option B, we're off to the races. Further along the line, I realized that I do not know how to draw his beret. If I draw it the normal way, it looks weird. Well, to me. And if I draw it like very sloppy, it looks more like a beanie. But I didn't fully embrace the beanie design until recently, where I went full ham on it and just gave him a bright red beanie, which goes well with the current palette. In inspiration of pose, I wanted to give Taka this rounded look, so I used Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh boy, try saying that 3 times fast. The design of Mikey. The entire point of this project was to expand my arsenal and my skills, as well as make a fictional reboot. If this was done by Flying Back Productions, Nickelodeon, if you're hearing me, just make a reboot and give it to Flying Back Productions and actually listen to them and give them a budget. If that's what they did with TMNT, I want to see what they will make with Danny Phantom. I want to see an action comedy. We're going off topic. In designing his old clothes, I gave him something casual. The final option was him in the school's jersey. Where I had fun with was option C, because that took long. If I hadn't lost my previous drive, you would have seen the time lapse of me going through everything again. But option C is quite special to me because it uses the colors from one of his namesakes, Axel Foley, specifically his jacket. See now? Nice. Anyway, moving on. In a splash art, I looked up Symbiotic Titan. I know it's a cartoon trick show, but goddamn, those backgrounds are immaculate. So I used some of the backgrounds as references. I wanted to present Taka as relaxed, he's chill. He still gets bullied, but his inferiority complex hasn't kicked in yet for him to be bothered by it. At the time of the story beginning, Taka is chill, he's loving himself, but until Danny gets powers, he starts doubting himself. And that makes it easier for the bullies to pick on him. But when he finally reassures himself down the line, nothing phases him. He's just that guy. Taka is where I started opening this project to the audience. Initially, I would just give slight variations of designs, as you can see with the invisible suit designs. But with Taka, I try to get out of my comfort zone and do more R&D than I usually do. Now, the painful part was his face. I'm not used to drawing rounded faces, but when I finally was able to put a face to match the character, my roommate and Troy Barnes from Community with a little bit of Chris Tucker, I was finally able to get the character down. Next will be Sam. And oh boy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all that jazz. Leave comments and critique. Prefer when people critique my work so that I could improve my skill. No matter how harsh it is. If it's an honest critique, I will listen and try and improve the designs going on. But for now, this is what we have. See you later. Bye.